Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout of the evening is scheduled for three-minute rounds in the Caged Aggression Amateur Welterweight Division, powered by Squirrel's Tree Care. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. He stands 5 feet 8 inches tall and weighed in at 170 pounds. He trains with the Midwest Combat Club and is sponsored by Stars and Stripes, Seamless Gutters of Decatur, Wilson Garage Doors, Deb's Diner, and Club Fitness. Joining us from Decatur, Illinois, PJ Riley. And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. He stands 6 feet 1 inch tall and weighed in at 168 pounds. He trains at Lycan's Den MMA and is sponsored by Butter Babes and LaCour Home Realty. Joining us from Urbana, Illinois, Matt LaCour.
Matt LaCour getting the Bruce Buffer, Jason Vargas treatment with a little bit of a fist bump and some excitement. Here we go. We do it right at Caged Aggression. Pat Miletich will tell you stories about Hawaii. I'll tell you stories about dirty Philly all day. And let's get it kicked off. Ooh, I like that, right into the takedown. PJ Riley not messing around. LaCour right back to his feet. We've got a little scraptacular.
Well, you got a guy that's training out of Philadelphia, so you know he's got a lot of boxers working with him. He's taller than you, long arms. Do you really want to stand up with him?
Absolutely not. And LaCour's been able to turn it around, look for a judo toss right there, straighten him out. But Riley, a tough customer, not going down, got the underhook in. He's under the leg. How does he need to finish this takedown, Pat? Oh.
Well, I mean, he tried to run the pipe, but he wasn't in proper position with his body to even do that.
So when you are trying to roll,
nice throw.
Wow, what a great toss right there. Good reversal. That's brute strength, yeah.
Well, and he got his hips in good. Throwing a taller guy. Now here comes the Guga Plata.
I love that little Eddie Bravo action going on.
Yeah, yeah.
Some people like to call that mission control. Get that head in and pull.
Pass the leg, posture up.
Eddie's a trip.
You know, I've only met Eddie in person once, and he was a real fun guy to talk to.
He is, no, he's a blast.
You know what's funny? You know, I've been really lucky in my life. Obviously, I'm sitting next to you, Pat. But some of these guys you get next to, you know, you're about my size, right? But Eddie Bravo is much smaller than me in person, you know? And I'm looking at this guy, and I'm thinking, you know, if I saw this guy in a bar and I had no idea who he was, I wouldn't think twice, you know, in a bad situation. And you'd end up wrapped up, kicked up, beat up.
Oh, yeah.
And then I look at other guys, like today we did our interview for the main event. Ooh, good strikes, nice uppercut.
Larson
right
being effective.
Very
beautiful
much.
Counter right in.
Oh, good jump.
Beautiful transitions by Riley.
Yeah, PJ Riley really taking it home in this round. LaCour is really going to have to regroup and figure out how he's going to keep this on the feet. And I would say keep the distance. He doesn't want...
looking for a triangle.
Nice.
Plata.
Very active from that guard. Has that arm pulling it down. I don't know if he's
Riley's diving.
Anywhere.
Riley stuck his arm back in, and he
got the other arm.
See, he's got to get out of that.
He's got the other arm in a great place. He's able to get out of that. In fact, talk about why he defended that so well.
Well, number one, he just knew he had to get his elbow past that fulcrum point, the leverage point on technically the cup.
And the close round, but right now I say PJ O'Reilly, unless we can get some strikes in from LaCour, which we did. Big left.
LaCour rocked him.
It was a right hand, I'm sorry.
And he stuck him hard coming in.
Look at that strength. Oh!
Wow.
And into a choke. Not sure if a lot was there. Very end of the round. Great first round.
LaCour won that round, I would say. Even though he went down, but as he was going down, he shot a single leg. So we'll see if the judges recognize that he went down from that punch.
Yes, that was a big shot.
Overall, definitely, I think he won the round.
I think it was a close round. I did like the work that O'Reilly was doing even on his feet with that uppercut and that cross, getting through, especially as the smaller guy. We're going to see some of the action here. There's LaCour landing with that left jab.
There's the counter right over the
Yeah,
top into
that's
the
that.
double leg that they didn't show.
But that was a big move. Great setup.
There's the right hand coming in that dropped him.
Yep.
Didn't show him going down.
Nope.
And here's the dump. Did he land on his own head here? That
Tough
was the
to
thing.
see. Deep breaths over in the corner of LaCour. And here we go. And round 2 begins. Touch gloves. Riley trying to close the distance with the 1-2. Misses with the left hand. Gets him on the kick transition, gets that takedown. You know, let's talk about that, because when you are setting something up with a kick and you are the longer guy, you're going to want to have the distance, feel the range right now. And Riley has been able to close the distance rather easily in this fight. What would you say to Matt LaCour to kind of keep him away and keep that kick effective?
Well, LaCour's not setting it up with his hands, number one. So when you see it coming, you can time it, snatch it, put him on his back, you know, a lot easier. More fake kicks, hip swivel into hooks, into combos, then a real kick. You know, always keep somebody guessing, and it makes it difficult. And a lot of times you can get them so out of position that they can walk into, you know, the big shots that'll hurt them.
You know, and I'd like to see some more setups on the feet with some feints and keeping that jab extended. And when I say those feints, just to kind of see where that range is so you can measure that leg kick.
Well, and also then your opponent doesn't know if it's a real, if you're mechanically doing feints and fakes correctly, they don't know if it's a real attack coming or not. So they're always flinching, worried. PJ Riley trying to take the back.
LaCour caught one as he kicked him off to try to get up.
Hips in,
Yep.
Riley dumps him.
Riley smothering him. And I'd say that there's less success from LaCour on his back right now with about a minute and a half. He was a little more active in that first round, throwing up arm bars and all sorts of attempts. Tries to get away there. Riley just not giving him any room to work, just right back on him.
I like Riley's work ethic, man. He's a rough cat.
He is, absolutely. And it's not easy to close the distance on a guy that size. I remember yesterday when I was watching him square off after the weigh-ins, Riley didn't take his shirt off, so I guess that I didn't get to see, you know, what kind of shape he was in. But obviously, he's facing a chiseled statue in the cage right now, and he's found a way to close the distance, take away that length, and really take away that strength.
Looks can be deceiving, as they say.
Very much so. And LaCour still the favorite at 64% over at CagedAggression.tv. Perhaps that is going to change in the third round. About 30 seconds left here. Looks like he's trying to set up a choke.
Well, he was hitting with a near cradle to crunch him up, which is a wrestling technique, stack him up against the cage, and he was trying to slide into a mounted position there.
Kind of like this, almost some Mark Coleman style. Coleman was a king at resting your head right up against the cage and then raining down those big daddy elbows. So you gave LaCour the first round. I think this is a pretty convincing PJ Riley round. It may have been.
No, I gave both rounds to Riley.
Oh, you did? You gave last round to Riley as well?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I thought that you had said, no, that's LaCour. Oh, yeah. What was that? That's yeah. Pat Miletich pointing out that Matt LaCour is being cornered by tomorrow night's main event and legendary MMA scrapper and night fighter. I did not know that, Dan Hornbuckle. You going to start night fighting?
I love Filipino. I love the eskrima, stick fighting, the knife fighting. I love all that stuff. I'm terrible at it, but I love it. I'm decent with karambits.
You know, I've been watching every once in a while. It's been around now, believe it or not, almost a decade, M1 night fights. And there's some sub-organizations.
Well, you want to do that, you want to have really high voltage knives. So they're going to drop if they get cut.
Really sharp ones.
No, they don't need to be sharp. Just there's taser knives where you can do knife fighting with people.
Yeah. Why don't we have sharks with taser knives on their heads and lasers? There we go. Another takedown.
Go over here, side control.
Riley putting in the work. 1-2 from the top. LaCour all he can handle right now. The corner calling for Riley to bring his opponent right into their side, which is brilliant, so they can instruct him further on what to do.
Best thing to do when you have your fighter bring their opponent to your corner is talk to his opponent.
So what did you like to say to somebody's opponent? Say Matt Hughes is in a big fight and he drags Frank Trigg over there.
Well, to give you an example, Matt, I, and Jeremy Horn were cornering Jens Pulver when he was fighting Dennis Hallman for the UFC title. Hallman was challenging him, and Hallman had choked Hughes out twice. And so then he was going after the 155-pound title. And Jens put it on him. He couldn't take Jens down, and he was terrified of Jens' power with that left hand. And Hallman started pulling the guard, and we started calling him out for it. And we got to the point where in the final round, he started flipping us off and saying F you to us. And then Bernard Hopkins was behind us in the crowd. And Bernard Hopkins, when we walked away, go, dude, you guys are a pack of jackals.
That would probably
But that's
be
what
a
it's
correct
about.
assessment, a pack of jackals.
Get into your opponent's, your fighter's opponent's head.
Well, a lot of people say that it's not a team sport because you're the only one in there. I would beg to differ because iron sharpens iron.
Oh, yeah.
And there's something to be said about not only the mental part of the game, but the mental support of you and the people around you that you rely on in some of those dark moments that nobody gets to see because they're not in the cage.
Yeah. LaCour was using the half guard there, trying to off-balance Riley, trying to get a sweep going, anything. Riley, a super base, doing a great job, staying out of trouble here.
Got to watch that illegal kick to the head. It didn't look like it was on purpose, but trying to get up, he raised Riley. Riley just rolling right through it, really buzzsawing in this round, staying on top. See, this is the kind of thing that Mike Lopez wanted to do in this his final round, and had he done it in the final round, I think he would have secured that victory.
Right.
Wasn't able to do it. Riley getting just enough offense, as you can see, off, that he is definitively winning this round. And in fact, if we were talking 5 minutes in a pro fight, you could make the argument for a 10-8. He's controlled
Going for the
round
guillotine
that well.
here.
Not a lot of time, body shot, closing it out convincingly.
Handing out a Midwest beating to the Philadelphia boy.
All right, Pat, so you want my best Philadelphia story. You're going to get it whether you like it or not. We're going to have to make it quick. I'm walking down the middle of the Philly ghettos in between Pat's and Gino's late night after a System of a Down concert with my very Irish ginger friend, James. We have just gotten what are a couple succulent and delicious cheesesteaks dripping and oozing with cheese. As we walk down the street, we see a probably overweight, middle-aged black woman sitting on her porch. And James, with cheesesteak in hand and dripping cheese down his chin, he said to her, looked her dead in the eyes and said, "Hey, lady, ain't I the sexiest damn thing you've ever seen?" And I lost it, Pat.
Okay.
I love Philadelphia.
All right.
I love Philadelphia.
Riley.
Hornbuckle in there with his fighter, got the ice pack on the back. Breathing heavy. Obviously disappointment. Boy, you know, look at a Hornbuckle. He looks in great shape for 42. I can't believe I'm a year older than that guy.
It's not about years, it's about miles, Jason.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's rode many more a mile in that cage than I could ever dream of in my wildest, Pat. Vargas in the cage. Let's make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, we go to our judges' scorecard for our decision. All three judges scored this contest 29-28, declaring your winner by unanimous decision, PJ Riley. All right, come on over, PJ. I'm gonna have you step over here, bud. First of all, man, congratulations on the win. You came out, got a dominant-looking victory. Talk to us about the win and about your game plan coming into tonight.
My game plan was just to be dominant all the way around. I put the work in the gym. I got the best training partners in the world. I'm just proud to be here, man.
Every right to be. Look, I wanted to give you a moment to mention anyone that helped you put this fight camp together, anyone that helped you with the game plan. Now's your chance to give them all a shout out.
Hey, I want to make a special thanks to my team and to my parents, because without them I couldn't do none of this, and to my loving old lady, wherever she's at in the crowd. I thank you, everyone.
Very exciting fight, PJ. We're looking forward to more of you in the cage, but until then, man, enjoy your victory. Enjoy the rest of the weekend. Let's hear it one more time, ladies and gentlemen, for your winner, PJ Riley.